Okay. I am Tonya Adolfson, and this is my editor-in-chief, John Farmer.
Hello.
And we are here to talk to you about self-publishing, hows and whys. Okay, does everybody know what self-publishing is?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm on Amazon. Create Space is free.
Yep, it is. Okay.
Hold on a second. There you go.
Oh, sit back.
Actually, I have one.
Oh, we got one?
Well, now we have two.
Okay,
Said I have.
thank you.
Now you.
Wait.
No worries.
Now I have one, and it's more important that I have. Okay, self-publishing is when you personally,
You don't want to spend $10,000 to publish a book.
or more importantly, when you don't want to go through or can't find a way to go through a traditional publisher. Okay? Traditional publishing, there is submitting. So when you write your book, okay, you submit it to publishing houses. But I'll tell you right now, most publishing houses do not accept unsolicited copies. If they ask you for something, then you submit it. If they don't know that they want to see your stuff, they won't ask you.
A lot of them use what's called a slush pile, where they get a bunch of unsolicited work, and if they don't have anything to publish that month, they'll go through the slush pile, maybe.
There are 10,000 pieces added to every slush pile every month.
They also keep an eye on when you copyright material so that they know when that's come up. I got a letter from them after I copyrighted this sucker.
Interesting. One of the other things you have to deal with is agents. In order to get a solicited work, you have to have an agent. And agents are people who will go out there and go gunning for you for a percentage. If they think that they can sell your work, they might take you up, but not necessarily easy to do, especially in the current market. Digital copies are a lot more accessible, and hard copies, physical copies are not as obvious. We've got borders shutting down. We've got a bunch of bookstores that have gone out of business, and all of that is indicative of exactly how much people no longer need bookstores. Unfortunately, a lot of people think that means they no longer need books. It's not true. I know that, but Kindle is the future, and you need to get in love with it. I'll tell you that right now, because that is the future. Everybody who has it. Huh?
I like not needing batteries.
Well, that's fine for you. However, unfortunately, people who have Kindles adore them, right? We've got all of our gaming books on one Kindle, and we've got tons and tons and tons of other things available in that same way. So,
I'll say, I like having a hard copy. I like the smell and feel of books. However, I also like the ability to take 15 books with me without having to carry a huge duffel bag. You know?
Did you say it was more for the Kindle or more for just the iPad?
honestly, all of them, it's all the same old bag. It really is.
The battle for which format's going on, and I'm not even going to try to predict which one's coming out on top. I would have predicted HD DVD over Blu-ray because it had more options, it had more features, but Blu-ray won. I'm not going to judge that.
It was because Disney was back.
There are a lot of things that backs Blu-ray, but you know what? I'm not going to try to predict it.
Yeah.
Amazon runs Kindle and is doing a great job with it. Kindle's actually the one who's got the most market right now. But I'll tell you right now, the Nook has some really cool features.
Yes.
It has some really cool stuff with it.
We went through all of this very recently.
Yeah,
before
and
purchasing
the
it.
ebook, just generic ebook is easy, accessible, and anybody can find it. Any one of them could come out on top in the end, and who knows, maybe they'll all stick around and not have any one particular type.
But a lot of people can read their books on their phones now. And even if you prefer a hard book, an actual physical copy, limiting yourself to, well, I don't support that medium, is exactly that. It's limiting your audience.
There are two small problems with self-publishing, though. One is promoting your book, because that's what a lot of the money you spend on, that the publisher goes to. And the other is editing it, because if you self-publish, you have to do that yourself. And if you missed it when you were writing it, you're going to miss a lot of other little things.
It's good to have a group that you can get together with.
I'm glad you brought up editing, because that's kind of the
Yeah,
next
editing
next
is the
one.
next part. when you are going through a traditional publisher, editors are assigned to your book. And those editors go through and do this stuff. Sometimes they make mistakes and forget something, and sometimes they change your story.
Every book, whether from Stephen King to the newest publisher, has 5 typos. Every single one of them. At least 5 typos.
Yep.
Yep.
And
Stephen King, I think, almost puts them in.
I think he goes through, this is the typo I want, so leave that one there.
I like
But
that.
I think I accidentally got a secret code from Russia once.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Cold War thing.
Another thing that you get with traditional publishing is deadlines. Now, if you're a person who needs deadlines, like our cover artist that we have, give her a deadline, she will own up to it, and she'll do really good work for it. But if you are dealing with a company, they don't really care what's going on in your real life. That's not their problem. They have a deadline. They've said that they're going to market your book. Okay? These are all reasons. These are all things that you will encounter if you do a traditional publishing. Now, self-publishing gives you an entirely different set of stuff. One is control, complete control. Okay? Hold up your book. All right. This fella, because he self-published, he got to decide what his cover looked like.
Well, actually, I just had to pick stuff off the internet because I don't have any skill in that area.
So,
But you
did you
still
decide it or not?
Yeah,
Okay, that was still you, right?
yeah.
You have control over your content.
I personally made this cover myself.
And I personally made the outfit that this is based on.
I made the cover from the outfit, but
Yep. This here, our friend Andrew, has a friend with talent. He made these covers for
friends
the...
with talents are nice.
Yep. And then this here is unlike the compilation that he was talking about, where you put some images together and you get a look. But as the person doing all of the publishing, you get to make that decision. You control the content.
Yep.
You know, no one's going to tell you.
I made a lot of mistakes that I had to go over and fix and pay for, but
You get to decide what the subject's about. You get to decide the length. You get to decide the size of the book. His book is 8.5 by 11. These here,
Let's say
or 8 by 8, sorry.
no, 8.5 by 11.5.
Oh, there you go. Anyway, this here is, what, 5 by 7?
6 by 9.
6 by 9. These are standard sizes. You actually, when they cut pieces of paper, the pieces of paper are really large. And if you keep them in increments of that size, it makes it a lot easier to do these.
Actually, they also, sometimes self-publishing sites have rules about how thick your book is actually allowed to be. So you have to adjust it accordingly.
Well, sometimes,
Whether or not
or
you
you
double
find,
space or
or you find a
make
different,
it huge.
Self-publisher.
Mine,
That's
for
another
example,
thing.
doesn't do the Kindle thing. What they do is they put it up on Amazon, and then if it gets ordered, they make one.
So it's print on demand. All right.
So that's free for me, except for the proof I have to buy to check it.
You also get to decide on the title of the book.
Price too.
You, in a situation like title, you may think that, what do you mean I don't get to keep the title of the book if I go with a traditional publisher? Jim Butcher, Dresden Files. Okay?
The first one, Stormfront, was originally titled Semi-Automage. Tell you right now, Stormfront, much better title.
Yep.
However, he didn't get to pick it. He didn't get to pick Stormfront. He didn't get to pick that Harry Dresden is wearing a hat on every single cover of every single Harry Dresden book. Harry has never worn a hat in any book he has ever been in. He's said on occasion, you know, it's raining, I really should grab a hat. But he's never worn one.
Yep.
Butcher didn't get to pick that. He hates that hat.
Yeah.
He named his gaming company to put out his role-playing game, Evil Hat Productions.
Yep.
But it's a cool hat.
It's a cool hat, but he didn't pick it.
He has no say over it.
Now, he's got enough say now that he could probably re-release them without hats, but it's become iconic.
Yep. Even to him.
Welcome to the Jungle didn't have a hat.
That was a comic book though, wasn't it?
Still his book?
I suppose. I haven't looked at that one a whole lot, but his traditional books, his novels.
Okay. And like he said, marketing, you get to decide on marketing. Marketing is your thing. Marketing is your choice. How much you market, how much of this you do,
Who do you market to?
who do you market to.
Spending
Like
money
you
on
were,
it.
yeah, like you were saying, on the, on this, you had specific places that you wanted to go, you don't
Like
care
say if
for
I wanted to
all
come to an anime convention with a copy of my book and pass out my card.
Exactly. If that's where you want to go, if you want to have a table,
Did that last year.
yeah. If you want to go anywhere at all, if you want to have banner ads on these sites, all that kind of thing, this is your choice.
I do a lot of message boards.
It's also all on your time frame. So no one told you when you were going to be putting that book out. If you have suddenly discovered you're going to have twins, you might need to put this off for a day or so. And you go where you want to go. Now, how does self-publishing work? I'm going to let John cover that.
Well, self-publishing is self-directed, it's self-motivated, it is you. Unfortunately, it means you also doing all the work.